Welcome to this episode of the Spellbound Saga. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be talking about Molino. Just Molino. This is an episode just about him. He's the time guy. He's the very first chosen of all the chosen on Earth. He's the first one to actually get his stone. And his story is, he is from Earth. The thing about him is, he was coming home from work one day. He's got like a present for his wife, or maybe like flowers or something for his wife, and he's so happy to come home to see her. And when he comes through the front door, he sees another man in his house. It's himself. And that other himself explodes. And the house blows up, and the only survivor is just him, or so he's aware. He thinks his wife just died in the explosion. The police come, they blame him because there's no other suspects. You just blew your house up with your wife, you're going to jail. So while he's in jail, the tree speaks to him, creates a portal for him and says, "Come with me, I can help you save your wife." He's like, "Great, awesome, I'm gonna escape my jail cell and talk to this magical tree," which is in front of the tree. It says to him, "I need you to go get a magical stone for me so that you can teleport anywhere we can find your wife." So just out of distance of the trees is this ancient castle, and it looks like it's totally destroyed. There's a doorway, but you can see around the corner it's a totally destroyed room inside. There's not a lot there that is hidden. So as he walks through the doorway, he notices that the room is just totally changed. And it's a totally different time now, and it's like the day that the castle was just built. He goes through all these different rooms in the castle, and each room is some sort of weird trial involving time. He's got to sit there, wait, go to the next room, sit there forever, wait, and for him, it feels like a lifetime. 100 years or more have passed while he's in this castle, just solving puzzles and waiting, and each room is like a different time period, and he's got to solve all these different problems based on time. So when he does finally get the stone, he's eager to use it in order to go find his wife. So instead of giving it to the tree to have it split in half into the medallion and the gun, he uses it and goes back in time to find himself in his house. He goes back in time to the day it all happened. When he does, he's in his house and he sees himself walking into the doorway and he explodes. And then that Molino goes to jail for his wife exploding, so the tree calls to him through the jail cell, asks him to go on a mission for the time stone so that he can save his wife. So this new Molino does the whole thing over again. He goes to the castle, goes into the rooms, solves all the time puzzles, lives 100 years. He doesn't age during these time puzzles, but it feels like years have passed for him. So after 100 years have passed, it feels like to him, he gets the time stone, uses it to go back in time, and gets himself stuck in a time loop hundreds of thousands of times. The tree keeps using its power to tell him, "Don't use the time stone, use it to teleport to me when you're done, and we can move on to the next step in order to rescue your wife." He doesn't listen to him. For hundreds and thousands of times, he's gone back into the past, lived 1,000,000 years, gone back into the past, lived 1,000,000 years. And he's done this 1,000,000 times. So his name is Molino because his parents wanted him to become a millionaire. A millionaire Molino. Instead, he ended up living 1,000,000 years and 1,000,000 lifetimes and 1,000,000 lives. In this story, this is the Molino that broke himself out of his time loop since he kept going back in time. The rule with time travel in this story is you're not allowed to be at the same place at the same time as yourself. Destroys everything. The tree tells him, "Hey, I'm sick of telling you, don't go back in time. Come to me. We have another mission. We can save your wife." Doesn't listen to him. Does it again. The tree is finally worn down so much from having to use its power to speak to him through time and space, teleport him to this other world, that is the reason why the tree is not that powerful in all of this story. It can't just teleport to them. It can't just create easy ways for them to teleport. it needs Molino now, it needs the time stone now, and it needs that extra energy just to be able to do the things that it was able to do before. But since Molino wore him down, it's not that strong anymore. The one time Molino finally gets the time stone and listens to the tree, goes back to it and has it split it into the medallion that he wears, the clock medallion, and the time gun. Each stone is going to be separated in half. One is for the other world, one is for our world. The problem is, all of the stones were brought together into one. So the mission in this story is to separate two stones. Like, we had a time stone, they had a time stone. Thing is, they came to our world, took our time stone, and combined it with theirs. Molino has to go get it, take it to the tree, and separate it back into its original form so that we can have time magic, they can have time magic, and everybody's gonna be happy. So keep following us on the Spellbound saga so maybe we can find out what actually happened to Claudia, Molino's wife. Is she in the future? Is she in the past? Maybe you'll find out in the future. Let me know later what you think happened to her. Thank you very much for joining me, and maybe I'll see you next time. Time's going differently than his wife exploded. He goes back in time for the... Can't just create like a... and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and 100 years